Fix TV, we can fix it.
Wow. Let me take this opportunity to welcome all of you to Blissful Woman here in Fix Television, where we can fix it. I'm your host, Reverend Phanice Favour. Today, our viewers, I would wish to present to us something that is so critical about a woman. Like I've always said in this show, there's nothing that the society can do except for the place of a woman. So a woman plays a very major role in the life of the society. In fact, a woman is a great backbone of the society. And there is no family or society that can succeed except by the presence of a woman. That's why we say thank you to God, for He created a woman. So there are some characteristics that are so vital when it comes to a successful woman, and I'd wish to present forth the following keys. One, if you're a woman outside there, you must bear in mind that you have to be assertive. What is assertiveness? Assertiveness is whereby, as a woman, your no remains to be a no. If you've decided that you don't want something, just leave it forever. Don't say a no today and then you say a yes tomorrow. Just be a no person, and this will actually help you succeed as a woman, as a mother, as a young girl who is growing up, or in whatever thing you are doing. Maybe it's your business, your career, or ministry work. Ensure that your no is always a no. This will actually make you be very successful. Number two, it's also very important for us to know that if you want to succeed as a woman, you must always be ready to take risks. This is whereby, as you take the steps of risk, ensure that they are well calculated. Of course, everything in life is a risk. Deciding to do whatever thing you want to do in life, maybe you want to become a vegetable seller or a vegetable gardener, you want to be a songster, you want to be a politician, all those are risks. Even for those young maidens who desire to get married, the fact that you decide to get married is a risk. Everything is a risk, but let your steps be well calculated. This is quite vital. So always ensure that whatever you want to do in this life, for you to be a successful woman, these steps must be well calculated. Remember, you can never reach number 3 if you don't start with number 1. So calculate your steps. Begin from the first foundation, which is 1, then you move on to 2, then to 3, and to the maxima where you desire to reach. Number 3, for us women outside there, if you want to be successful, ensure you understand what self-esteem is all about. You know, self-esteem is simply the strength that you have within you, and when you have high self-esteem, it will actually help you have your goals. And because of the high self-esteem, you will believe in the goals that you have set. Like for example, every time a year begins, or rather if a month begins, you must set down goals of what you are going to do per time. These goals will act as guides that will guide you as you proceed on to ensure that you achieve the targets, or rather the goals that you have put in place. So please ensure you have a high self-esteem. Low self-esteem actually makes you to feel, or rather have a low opinion about yourself, and being low opinionated about yourself is what actually distracts many women from their success. Let me tell you, women, we've got the power to actually become very successful, because you see, whatsoever God has given us to touch with our hands is always blessed. You can decide and say, my goal is I'll begin cooking mahamris, and then, you know, as you target to begin with, let's say just a packet of mahamri, with time you say in the next 6 months I'll be having a hotel where I'll be cooking mahamris, and then I'll also be serving people with tea. Before you know it, you'll realize you can also serve people with lunch. So let's please work on our self-esteem. I believe that when a woman has a high self-esteem, there's nothing that can actually put you down. And this is what has made great women to prosper. Like, I always have this example of Winfrey Oprah. You know, it doesn't matter the kind of life she had. When you read her story, it is it's quite demeaning, but look at her. The goals she has put in place in life has actually made her to achieve so much in life. So let's always be women who have high self-esteem. And I've said, for you to have the high self-esteem simply means that you must have your goals and ensure you achieve your goals. And I also want to stress this fact here. What actually makes most women not to achieve their goals is a disease or a demeanor called procrastination. Procrastination is whereby you begin saying, I wanted to begin cooking these mahamris by mid of this year. Then it reaches the mid of the year, you change your plan and say, let me begin it in August. If you have to begin a small salon, just begin it there and then. You know, these ideas that come in our minds can actually be quite captivated by the fact that we are women who have got high self-esteem. When we do that, we'll realize we'll never beg. Because let me tell you, my fellow woman, you are never created to be a beggar. You're supposed to be a lender. Even according to the word of God, we're supposed to be lenders to nations, not beggars. Some women outside there think that when they go and get married, they will have husbands who will come and give them money. No, please, work for your own self. It will actually boost your self-esteem. Don't think that you'll get a spouse or a partner who is going to come in to stand with you and help you. It's a blessing, yes, but work on your own and ensure that you have what you have. This will actually make your self-esteem to be very high. Now, however much women we are going outside there to become stars, or to become great like the likes of Winfrey Oprah, Mrs. Obama. And I also love a woman called Dr. Cindy Trim. She's a great woman. She was once a senator, and now she's given herself into serving God fully. You know, I would wish to say we should also have a clear distinction on how we balance between our families and the kind of works we are doing and ministries, you know. You must ensure that you balance, strike a balance. It's not easy, but when I look at it from the biblical point of view, if you pray, God will give you the grace. So when you get home, after you've really worked on yourself and you have worked on the projects you're doing, or you've worked in the ministry that you have, ensure that you actually have time with your children and also your family, because if you don't do that, before you know it, it will actually bring a lot of issues. So ensure that when you have time to stay with your children back home, have quality time, understand them, you can play around with them, you can also understand what they are going through, listen to their stories, sometimes watch with them televisions, you can even go out with them. Just ensure that you strike a balance, because, you know, if you don't get time with your family, when every other person runs away from you, it's only your family that can be of a big essence to you. So ensure that you always strike a balance in your time throughout the week, throughout the year. Get time and have time with your family. This will actually refreshen you up, because when you are fresh enough, you can also do whatever you are doing, either in ministry, in business, or in your career. You can do it quite effectively. And again, if you also strike a balance and always have a time with your family, you'll realize that they will give you an ample time to do whatever thing you're doing in life. So fellow women, we have been created for success. So don't sit outside there and wait for any failure. By the way, let me tell you, your expectation can never be cut off. And again, as you think, so you become. Everyone was created for success. The choice, I always say, is in our hands. Show me the choice you make. I'll show you the kind of life that you really want. I've also had great people talking about, the way, these thoughts that you have, they will actually work, or rather, they work towards your success. If you have negative thoughts, they will actually demoralize you, and you will not actualize that kind of success that you want in this life. So please ensure, fellow wonderful ladies outside there, we are blissfully created by God, and we actually need to come out as stars. And let me tell you, you cannot become what you do not think about yourself. So always think success. Always see success for your family, for your children, success for your ministry and your career. These are very vital keys, and when you just embrace them, you get all of them. I can see that all of us as women, we are going to succeed outside there. So I just want to encourage all of us as women to know that we have been created, or rather we are in this world to become successful. And don't forget, men don't succeed there if they do not have a woman who is standing with them. So a woman, you have a very vital role for the success of not only your own life, but the success of your family, the society, our nation, and nationally. I once had one of my mentors, is called Bishop Oyedepo, and I have always reiterated this statement that he says, you know, you can be a woman in a small village, very small village, even nobody knows the name of the village, maybe the villagers only. But remember, you are just local, but you are global. And in fact, you are too global to be local. So please, woman, stand out there, enjoy success, come out boldly, embrace the keys we've talked about this wonderful evening, and you will realize that you will become a very great woman. Remember, this is Fix Television, and the show is Blissful Woman, where we can always fix it. And I was your host, Reverend Phanice Favour. See you in our next episode. Bye.
Fix TV, we can fix it.